I felt it rather remarkable when I was driving in today. I came through Watkinsville and came down the route that you guys enjoyed last night, walking with the monks. And almost as soon as I turned onto Barnett Shoals Road, I felt their presence. I felt their vibration of their footsteps, and all of the people who lined the streets for how many miles? I don't know. You guys were there. You could give a better report than I can. But I felt it almost immediately. It was like a shift in the energy. Um, my spirit felt more at ease. I felt a little bit calmer. Sometimes on Sunday morning, trying to put everything together and get it all together, I start to feel a little anxious and nervous sometimes, but that seemed to lifted the minute that I came in to that area. And the takeaway from that is that it's a matter of energy. And energy vibrates, energy radiates, energy has a life of its own. And it is not without its effect. That can be in a good way, it can be in not such a good way. But the point there is never doubt yourself and your walk and your way and think, well, it doesn't matter. No one notices. Wouldn't make a difference anyway, because it does. And I think we could put that under the microscope and scientifically prove that energy changes things. So, with that preface, um, they say out with the old and in with the new. So the old ones say. And we're just days into a new year, and already it feels like there is an energy in the ethers that suggests to me, at least, that change is on the horizon. Something that feels like a shift in human and social consciousness is in the brewing. The internet, social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, etc., has produced an unprecedented rise in what and who are spoken of as kindness influencers. Strangers encountering strangers who are in the midst of a personal crisis and then doing something about it. Expressions and experiences of random kindness that have changed the lives of so many. We spoke a few weeks ago about Samuel Wiedenhofer and Ed Bambus, the 88-year-old Army vet who lost his pension when GM filed bankruptcy. He's still working, as he has to maintain his life. And just a few days after posting the initial video of the stranger to stranger encounter, Samuel raised nearly $2 million to help Ed. People from all over the world rose up, showed up, and did so in a mighty way to help someone they did not know change Ed's life forever. Samuel's work did not stop with Ed. And during his United States kindness tour, he ended up raising over $30 million to help change the lives of many others. in just a few weeks. Families who were moments away from eviction from their homes from a variety of reasons were helped not just by Samuel alone, but with the help and the support of strangers. Strangers who saw the need and were moved to do something. Families who were on the brink of homelessness now have a safe place to live and enjoy life with their family and their children. This feels empowering in a way that suggests shift, elevation, ascension within and among the human family. And it feels right, and it feels good. It is as it should be. And then there's the monks' walk for peace, a rather silent, sacred, and serene movement of sorts, one that has amassed a following of thousands of people around the country who've been touched and moved by their sacrifice and service. Their energy is palpable, potent, and powerful, bringing members of the human family literally to their knees in respect and honor and humility. Personally, I felt a surge of hope and peace just knowing they were near me. Last night, literally thousands of people came to Oconee County, standing on the side of the road on a rather damp and chilly January evening, just to be in their presence. They are near us even now, and I feel the vibrational energy among the people rising to a new level of hope and possibility for a peace that has been cooking in the hearts of the people worldwide for generations upon generations. Now, maybe all this is happening in microcosm, but my hope is that it will indeed produce a major shift in the consciousness and mindfulness of the whole of the human family. What I do see is this movement is laced together and presenting itself in the manifestation of three relatively simple concepts. Concepts which have been fundamental to all religions and expressions of spirituality throughout many generations, and what are, well, just on a level of common sense, as being the right way to live. It is especially consistent with our way of the good red road. Those three concepts are compassion, kindness, and peace. And like factors in an equation, are all vital to and for the equality of the end result. Compassion is the human emotion that compels us to feel something. Compassion moves us from sympathy to a place and a posture of empathy. Compassion is that when we see a need goes beyond simply feeling sorry for or sad over the situation and the people who are in the midst of crisis and need, to a posture of actually feeling something, feeling it experientially and personally. And that is where change is birthed, or at least opens the possibility to change and shift. Compassion is that which moves us from idleness to a place of action. the act of actually doing something. This is where the second concept is introduced into the equation, and that is kindness. From the outside looking in, regretfully, I see much hatred and anger and angst and disagreement present in all levels of our world today. Not to be pessimistic, but it is a truth we cannot deny exists. We may be so overwhelmed by it all that we are blinded to the possibility of a reversal. But we, both individually and collectively, can indeed turn it around. We can change it. We can and must be the instruments of shift and elevation, and we do so by becoming a people of kindness. However that makes sense with your own abilities and resources. It is true that no man is an island. We are all delicately and intricately woven into the web of the human family, and what is done over here is done over there. When one moves, we all move. When something changes, everything changes. And when kindness becomes the norm of our way of life, the entirety of the web will experience and reflect that factor, and the world becomes more gentle and far less harsh. People helping people, families helping families, neighbors helping neighbors, strangers helping strangers. This kindness is what will change the world and change people's lives forever in an impactful and significant manner. I encourage you, lift your view of the world to a place where we can see and discover the ways and means of sowing seeds of kindness to others around us. And to do so with no expectation of any returned or earned interest on our deposits into the bank of the universe. From the beginning, this has been the way of Creator. Compassion and kindness reflect the essence and the heart of Creator. And as His children, so must it be within us. Compassion and kindness are all original instructions as how the people are to live if we are to live in peace and harmony and unity. When and once the factors of compassion and kindness are in place, the result is peace. Peace first within ourselves, and then a peace that radiates in a contagious way that engulfs and embraces the entirety of the human family. The world, both individually and collectively as a whole, becomes softer, kinder, more gentle, and peace prevails. This is the way of spirit, and this is the way of spirit-filled people. And if we are ever to attain universal peace, it's the only way we will get there. It feels to me like a lights, camera, action moment in human history. The director is calling us to lights, the camera, action. Today the lights are shining, the cameras are rolling, and the world is poised, waiting and watching for our action. I've reminded you often of the old campfire song, "Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me." Samuel Wiedenhofer sees and understands that. The monks see and understand that. And they have demonstrated in a powerful and impressive way how compassion and kindness can change the world and bring about peace. One step, 1 mile at a time. And I believe that that's peace that's been longed for and desired by all people for a long time. And I truly believe by all nations and all religions as well. So out with the old and in with the new, as say the old ones. Compassion, kindness, and peace. Oh, I wanted to share with you a posting that the monks put on their Facebook page earlier today, just this morning. In fact, I read it as I drove up. And it just, to me, empowered what Spirit had already put on my heart to share and talk about today. And they say some people may doubt that our walk can bring peace to the world. And we understand that doubt completely. But everything that has ever mattered began with something impossibly small. A single seed, a first mindful breath, a quiet decision to take one step and then another. Our walking itself cannot create peace. But when someone encounters us, whether by the roadside, online, or through a friend, when our message touches something deep within them, when it awakens that peace that has always lived quietly in their own heart, something sacred begins to unfold. That person carries something forward they didn't have before, or perhaps something they had forgotten was ever there. They become more mindful in their daily life, more present with each breath, more aware of each moment. They speak a little more gently to their child. They listen more patiently to their partner. They extend kindness to a stranger who needed it desperately. And that stranger, touched by unexpected compassion, carries it forward to someone else, and it continues ripple by ripple, heart by heart, moment by moment, spreading outward in ways none of us will ever fully witness, creating more peace in the world than we could possibly measure. This is our contribution, not to force peace upon the world, but to help nurture it, one awakened heart at a time. The peace, the walk for peace alone can do this. But all of us together, everyone who has been walking with us in spirit, everyone who feels something stir within them when they encounter this journey, everyone who decides that cultivating peace within themselves matters. One step becomes two, two become 1,000, 1,000 become countless, and slowly, gently, persistently, not through grand gestures, but through 10,000 small acts of love, we can help make the world more peaceful. This is our hope. This is our offering. And this is why we walk. As I had mentioned earlier, the the monks are going to be at Oglethorpe Elementary School, which is, I understand, quite near here, from 10:30 to 1 o'clock. And so I know Annika is going to be there, and I know Julia is going to be there, and I plan to go there myself. What I would invite you to do today as we come to the altar and make our prayers and our prayer ties, let's focus our prayer and our thoughts and our energy and our love on this group of men who are walking for peace. And I'd like to take those prayer ties and hopefully get a chance to present and give them to the monks as a gift and an offering of support and respect for their journey and what they are doing to help change the world, and their influence that I feel has already filtered its way into our own circle. You know, I know Maria and John were on the roadside last night, and I think that you went to their talk as well. And so let's come and spend this time around the altar. We all know the protocol. As a reminder, Morgan, we have a bowl of charcoal here, which we call our letting go bowl. Or anything that is in our heart that holds us back or hinders us, we take a pinch of the tobacco and release that into the tobacco and then place it on the fire. And the white smoke of surrender arises. We have the essence of floral water, which has a very cleansing and grounding effect. Its fragrance just connects us with the earth and the fragrance of its sacredness. So I invite you to come now and let's make our ties here, and we'll hopefully get a chance to share those with our relatives this afternoon. We have moved the donation basket off of the altar and onto the table, and any and all donations are greatly appreciated.